All right, guys, welcome back to week 41. Almost through the year. Started off Monday with some squats, went up to 355 pounds for some nice set of, I believe, triples. It's been a long time since Monday. Sometimes it's hard to remember. These moved really nicely. These are low bar, and this whole cycle, I've been saying it every week, but this whole cycle I've really been focusing on just slowing my descent, hitting a nice pause in the hole and coming back out of the hole. After that, went to some Captain America RDLs with what looks like 385. I love swinging these out of the trolley arms. If you haven't watched the review on those, the initial impressions at least, please go watch my video. I love it when you do that. These felt nice though, really concentrating on keeping a tight upper back, trying to keep that flat back. You can see it starts to collapse a little bit towards the end of the set, but overall looks pretty good. After that, I went to these step-ups, which I framed terribly, as each time I step up, my head disappears. In a way, it's kind of comical, though. And then I'm still working on these standing ab rollers. I got to go to my knee before I roll back in for every single one except for number one. It's just funny. I'm really happy I actually got the first rep in that set completely not on my knees. Move on to Tuesday, and I sat out of the pressing for the day. As we all have heard me say repeatedly, I have a sweet shoulder injury, so I'm using the slingshot to try to aid that and just concentrating on some nice pauses, close grip, neutral, get some tricep work in. After that, I moved on to some pull-ups, which I'm doing unweighted just because it was hurting my shoulder before, and now that I know it's bad for my shoulder, I try to avoid it. Some more decapitated bicep curls because I just hate the way my face looks. But this is how I'd like to do my superset, just to kind of burn out the triceps and biceps. So some tricep extensions with the cable pulley system and some bicep curls. Move on to Thursday. Got a sweet pull here at 435 pounds. Pulled this for a double. Probably not my best pull, but trying to be somewhat cautious as I do deadlifts these days. Then back off and moved on to some pulls at 395. So this was 397.5 or 392.5, somewhere, I don't know, math, somewhere around there. Use a 35-pound plate. 35-pound plates matter. After that, worked up to some front squats, and I was doing all these beltless just for the sake of doing them not just raw, but super raw. But anyways, here we got 275. Moving pretty nicely. I'm feeling pretty good about it. Full disclosure, I did go for a 315 single, and it's not posted on the video because it did not go too well. Let's just say that using bumper plates was validated because I had to ditch the bar. Well, not had to, but I did. So move on to these Circus Act single leg dumbbell Romanian deadlifts, which the heavier they get, the better they seem to go. So I think there's a little bit to that. And you can see I was still stumbling a little bit, but making it through it. And last but not least for Thursday, some back extensions, which again, I'm doing those unweighted, just going for the high rep. This is Saturday morning. It was freaking cold. You can see the garage doors partially closed, and there's a heater just cranked up right next to the platform. I think it was like 40 degrees that morning. It's not that bad, but when you consider that it was 90 the day before, big temperature swing. Well, anyways, got out in the garage, and these aren't sped up, not modified. My clean is just looking pretty sharp in the video. And I was just kind of messing around. That's my top set that you're looking at right there. That's like 85 plus, 50, so 155. Just kind of playing around, messing around, not trying to stress my shoulder out too much. And then I spent the rest of my Saturday just resetting implements. Two of the guys that train with me are competing. One of them is competing this coming weekend at the Sam Hain Highlander at the Lakeview Life Center near Wichita Falls out in Iowa Park, Texas. If you are in the area, come on out and support. Benefits the EOD Warrior Foundation. Well, anyways, I was just resetting implements for these two gentlemen as they get ready to demolish the competition both at Wichita Falls and at Lubbock at the United States Strongman Panhandle Show. That's coming up in 2 weeks. But that is a nice load. Now, we had weighed these implements, so I'm holding my hands out there because I'm demonstrating how I can sit in the low position and kind of catch my breath. Anyways, we weighed the sandbags, and that bag we thought we weighed 200, and it actually weighed 238 pounds or something like that. Anyways, 231 pounds. So I had to remove some weight from it. I removed 11 pounds to make it 220, and the other one now weighs 240. That means nothing to you guys because you have no idea what I have in my gym unless you watch my garage gym tour, which you should totally do. After that, I did some power stairs. This voiceover is just comedy gold today. So power stairs, and it's kind of fun. The pin is almost completely loaded there. And we ended up dropping a 45 off and throwing 100 on the top. And now we're just kind of curious, how much weight can the Titan Fitness power pin actually hold? So that's 37 pounds or something like that. I don't remember. But moved nicely. Like, I kind of wish I was competing. Too bad my shoulder's totally effed. Well, anyways, after that, I finished up with some grip work. And that's pretty much it for week 41. I appreciate you guys tuning in. If you could, go ahead and like this video and comment down below. Tell me how you like the footage, if you noticed any differences. So if you've watched the video all the way up to now, I took all video this week using my iPhone. A little bit of product placement there. And I was just kind of curious if you guys can see any difference between the iPhone footage and the footage that I normally take using my camera. But that's it for the day. I appreciate you watching. Please come back in for week 42, and you can see me continue to nurse my baby shoulder until it gets better. Until then, I'll see you next time.